Hello everybody, I am doing a landscape unit with my grade 8 class and I'm making them do a series of different landscapes. This one in particular is to learn how to draw a path or a river actually. Paths and rivers look very similar in terms of technique. As it gets further and further away, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner, or narrower and narrower and narrower towards the horizon line. So in this particular exercise, they learn how to put in a horizon line properly and make sure that everything is relatively in proportion when putting in, say, a path or a river. So make sure that it's meandering towards the horizon line and it doesn't go above the horizon line because the biggest mistake that a lot of my students do is they have the path or the river go all the way up to the top of their page. So meaning it goes right up into the sky, into the heavens, and it needs to not go any further than the horizon line. That sort of concept is not hard, but they need to be reminded of it, and to make sure that they look out the window of their classroom and really do see where the sky meets the earth, and that's the borders of what the horizon line does. It gives you boundaries of where, say, a path or a river or a bridge or a cliff or anything in terms of nature, and making sure that the proportions of it end up to be suited. So right now, I also am not getting bogged down into trees and branches and roots. I'm just putting in the color, so it makes it look like a, say, forest filled with, say, bushes and trees, and not getting really bogged down into tree roots and stumps and branches going all over the place. I find that way my students are not so overwhelmed in putting in greenery. And this particular one, there are some stones and a nice little footpath and a lamppost. Putting in stuff like benches and lampposts on the sides of paths really gets them to think about scale and proportion, and making sure that something like a lamppost is not too small, also not too big, and to make sure that, say, if they're going to put a person on this footpath, to make sure that the person is at the right height. And then, if you want to get into something a little bit more difficult, putting in multiple lampposts, and if they are going to go off into the distance, have 2 or 3, maybe even 4 going along this path, making sure that they have some sort of leader line going into the, say, a vanishing point, to make sure that each lamppost is going higher up on the page, but getting smaller as it goes further and further away. So in terms of the footpath, I'm just putting it, gray. It could be, cement, paved path, or, just stone. And I'm definitely making sure that all the textures of the landscape are there. Lots of lights, and then layered on top of that is darks. Always starting out with light on your paper so you could build and build and build. If you go too dark, too light, too soon, you'll end up having a mistake. So thank you very, very much. Keep safe and keep creating.